Kate, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be doing somewhat of like a meta writing vlog as I attempt to finish the zero draft of my third novella. And I'm calling it a meta writing vlog because I'm going to be sort of just documenting how long the authortube vlog aspect takes me over the next few days, because I got a lot of authortube based questions in my Q&A and I've been getting more and more in my comments, and I figured this would be the best way for me to answer the question for y'all and for me on how much time I actually spend doing this sort of thing. So it's going to be just like a normal writing vlog, only I will be writing everything down. Now first things first, I need to open up the third novella. There we go. So what I've been doing is, I don't know if y'all can see, the eyes are things I still need to fill in, and then the ones that are the full looking documents are ones that I've already done. I have a little gear for both hour 7 and hour 21 because I have some things that need to be figured out that I don't quite have figured out yet. Like, I originally planned for something to happen in that scene, but I wrote around it so that what I had planned actually won't work anymore. So I have 2 hours that need to be figured out, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that need to be written, but that I know what to do on. Oh, focus. And I'm currently sitting at 10,266 words. And then the other thing to note before we start writing is that it is 7:46 a.m. on Sunday. So I'm gonna say from 7:37 to 7:47, I basically did filming or filming adjacent things. And now I'm going to start writing. And I say start writing, but it's gonna take me a few minutes to figure out exactly where I left off at. I feel like there's always this time in the middle where it's like, what was I doing again? Okay, something important to note that I've talked about before is that once my time lapse is up, I actually write, and now I'm just typing nonsense for the camera so that I can get the sound for the time lapse. I then turn the camera off and write for an hour or however long I was supposed to be writing during that time. But for the purposes of filming, like when I also type like this and move it around, it's nonsense. It's all nonsense. So I don't know if that's a hack, but that's what I do. For the record though, once I delete that, I wrote 263 words in that 5-minute time lapse. Also, ooh, looks like I split my face in half. I pulled up my Creator Studio so that I could go and pull specific comments, but look at what I just saw. I passed the 20,000 mark. Yay! I'm actually very excited. I'm just like still a little bit tired. That's awesome. The video going up today is all about like external validation. Seeking validation as a writer. And for authortube, the 20,000 subscribers or like hitting subscriber milestones does act as a form of validation. I feel like some of the like has worn off in some ways, but I also think that's good, and that like I'm not as anxious about everything. I don't know why those two emotions seem to go together, anxious and excitement, you know. All right, it's 8:09 now. I've spent some amount of time just going through comments, sorting by authortube so I could help to answer what I like hadn't already answered. I'd love a video about starting an authortube channel. And then I have all of these in my Q&A that I want to answer. So done that. Those will be throughout this video, but it's time to get back to writing. All right, time to change my icon back to the default. Yay, it's done. Now there ended up being 524 words in this one, but it says I only added 500 words for the day because in each of these things I have sort of like guiding sentences, just like a short quick note I think should happen in each of the 24 hours. And that's why I actually get into trouble at some points when I write over the hours slightly. But I figured out that gear and we're back. We're back, baby. So 500 words in total added for the day. That's a great start. It is also 8:18, so I'm going to make note of that just below my fake typing sounds for 2 minutes. But now that I've been writing for a bit, you know what it's time for? My cappuccino. I was already prepared this morning and turned my machine on. So I actually got like 2 assumptions about authortube in particular that I thought were so funny. One was about, you can see I'm just kind of, whoop. One was assuming that authortube increased my productivity, which I think in some ways it does. This dynamic does keep me slightly more accountable sometimes, like during writing vlogs, certainly. Like this one, I might write more over the next couple days than I would otherwise. But the inverse to that is also true and was another assumption, which is that if I wasn't vlogging so much all the time, I would get more work done. And that's because, as we'll see at the end of this video, the actual filming aspect doesn't really take away anything from my writing time because I think I needed those mental breaks anyways. I gotta get my cup. We're going with Oh Happy again today. But the actual editing process and then the like posting to YouTube process does take time away. Right. I mean, I guess, yeah, we'll find out how long that actually takes me, but it's not something that I can do at the same time, whereas vlogging really, like right now, I'm just doing stuff that I was already planning on doing, and it doesn't really decrease or increase my speed any, so how are both assumptions right? That's what I want to know. Oh, happy day, I have coffee now, let's go. And I figure since we are, you know, full disclosuring this vlog, I had to search to figure out how to spell strode, because when I tried to spell it at first, I was spelling it like something was a stro? Oh my God, now I can't get it right. Anyways. And usually I think I'm decent at spelling, but sometimes my brain is just like, how do I word? So, stride, then strode. It all makes sense now, and I got it right in my document. If you would like to make me feel better and tell me the thing that you have worst misspelled, I'd love to hear about it. And now I took a picture. Whoops, and I'm attempting to post to Instagram. And then I have an idea for a video I want to film because I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks, and actually let me just show y'all. I have a YouTube schedule. I don't write out my YouTube schedule because I constantly change it, so I always used like Google Sheet. But you can see I'm gonna be gone at Maine and Canada, so I wanted to like have some stuff filmed and ready. I thought it would be cool to ask people what the worst writing advice they've ever gotten was, and just kind of like react / see how many of us have gotten the same bad writing advice. So yeah, all right, I think it's good to go. We're going to, is it in a place that people can respond? Okay, it's in a place people can respond. Post. And then we'll see what the responses are, and then I can film ahead, and then yeah. I'm not the best about filming ahead. I'm trying to get better at that because from here on out, I think I'm kind of gone for a week or 2 weeks every month basically. So I gotta get good at this, you guys. Now that it's freaking, what time is it? It's 8:41 now. So with my cappuccino, it's actually going to be time to get back to writing, and my camera battery is actually about to die. So I'm gonna go ahead and charge this and just write for the rest of the time. Yay! All right, it's now 10:08 a.m. I just got back from my run walk. I'm doing couch to 5K to train for a half marathon, and I'm on week 6, day 2 of using the couch to 5K app. And for some reason, I've tried this one twice and I just like can't seem to run for the 10 minutes and then walk and then run again. Like I stop somewhere through, and I don't know why, because I run longer than that even using the app or just generally, but for some reason, I don't know. Woo, woo. So anyways, I'm gonna give it another try next run day, but I always just feel good to get out there and to walk. I listened to music this time, no podcasts, and it was just nice. But it is almost time for this video to go live. I do try and be available for the first like 30 minutes to an hour to answer any comments that come in, also to watch it over again for my own sanity to make sure nothing dumb has happened in the process. And also, because after running, I just continue to sweat, I usually take some time to cool down. So this is perfect timing. But I figure now's a good time to answer some of those questions about like how to start an AuthorTube channel, because I'm filming on my fancy camera again now, my EOS Rebel SL2. And then when I was doing the motion lapse earlier, I was filming on this little DJI Osmo Pocket thing. And then when I was out running, I was filming on my phone. So I used like 3 things now to film with, which for the first year and change, I just filmed on my phone, and that was it. Your phone is good enough quality, and it's so easy to start a channel. Literally, if you have a Google account, you have a YouTube account, and you can upload a video, and that's just how you do it. If you're looking for editing software, I also, for a year and change, I edited on Windows Movie Maker, and now I edit on iMovie. I know that Windows Movie Maker went away, so if you have a PC, I don't know what free tech you can use now, but there's also tons of people who don't edit their videos. They just kind of go with things, and I'm always impressed by that. I wish I could do that. I have to edit the crap out of my videos. I say and and just make weird faces too much. Too much. After watching a little bit of Tan France's newest video, this popped up. So, okay, I gotta watch and make sure everything's normal, and then I will get back to explaining some other things. Yay! All right, I managed to edit some of the comments as I was going and some from other videos. I'm feeling almost totally cooled down, so I will answer some more comments later, but it's usually like while I'm watching TV or something like that. Man, I used to answer every comment that was on my videos because comments have like always been my absolute favorite thing in connecting with other writers, but it's gotten to a point now where I just can't do that. And so I still try to answer as much as I can, but it's a weird kind of disappointing thing. Like, I'm happy there are so many more comments and I'm getting to meet new people, but I'm also like bummed that I'm missing out on conversation. So one of the other questions surrounding advice on starting to make authortube videos was asking how to figure out content. And I'm half making this a vlog because I think vlogs are really interesting. And I also think sometimes they're the best way to show your personality or just show like what you like to write or what you like to do and like connect with other people. I do advise, even though I'm the worst at following my own advice, to keep your vlog short when you're first starting out, because it's hard for people to dedicate long stints of time to you if they don't know you. So that definitely puts me off vlogs of people that I don't really know yet. And I wish that I followed this advice and kept my vlog shorter, and I apologize for all of those frickin' 40+ minute long vlogs. Do as I say, not as I do. I don't know. But I also think like topical discussion chatty videos, sometimes it's as easy as just, if you have writer friends, what you guys talk about, or if you don't have writer friends, you can talk about like your desire to find writing friends or any number of things. You can even just Google like common writing problems and think about writing problems you have. That's a video. I always say that I have a surplus of ideas because that's also true for stories, and the question of like what kind of content to make has never been something that I've struggled with, but I do think it was something that I wasn't as sure of at the beginning. So hold on one sec. We're going to look back at past me. And by that, of course, I mean we're going to look at old content. So I'm going to sort by the oldest. Now, people always tell you to like upload consistently. I didn't do that for a while. So the first video I ever made was actually not, you know, authortube, it was booktube, and you can see I actually did mostly booktube stuff. And then this is one of the few like full-on advice videos I attempted. I always say that I don't give advice now unless like it's something that I'm confident of, and I always try and add a disclaimer that this is just how I do it because I don't really feel like I'm in a position to give advice. And now if you just freaking love world building, let's say, and you think you're really good at world building, do a series on how you world build. You know, that's a totally cool thing to do. Then I have topical videos, so I guess I've always kind of done the same thing. How I storyboard, roam, booktube things I don't understand, my writing weaknesses, yeah. So if you can talk about something that you're struggling with, I feel like that's always a good way to connect with other writers because I feel like we're all just struggling together. And then I did daily vlogs for NaNoWriMo for the first year in 2017, and that was so much fun. I call them vlogs, but like I think this is the one actual vlog. All the rest of them were kind of topics as I was going along. When did I really get into vlogging? Oh, I used to do skits. I always love skits. I still do some. I used to talk about my goals a lot more. More topical videos, more skits. When did I start vlogs? Oh, I guess the Camp NaNoWriMo vlogs. Wow. Anyways, I think rants are good too. I always click on those. Yeah, so even though the YouTube algorithm says that like longer videos are better, when you're first starting out, I think you can keep them shorter because again, how do I know? I don't want to invest 30 minutes in someone that I don't know yet. That's how I feel about it. which again is why I should freaking keep my videos shorter. Ugh. All right, so I procrastinated a little bit. It is now 12:24, but my friend Phoebe has her live write-in, so I'm gonna watch that while I make lunch. So I managed to get 123 words in this time. My poor attempt for the first time at these oh, okay. I think you should keep cooking for a bit, honestly. I'll just leave you in there. At these breakfast egg cups, I think is like a total fail. I think I overstuffed the contents of them. I'm just overzealous about stuffing, I guess. Anyways, thank you to Phoebe for hosting. I did actually manage to get some words and bake food at the same time, so really I consider that a win. You know, I'm gonna take a bite of the egg cup and we'll see how it goes. As long as I don't accidentally poison myself, I figure I'm fine. Update, it doesn't look good. It actually tastes great. I got my second one with a different kind of cheese. Oh, good job, pepperoni. Something I didn't mention before though, but with that additional 123 words, I actually finished hour 22. So this can change back to the default. Yay! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now there are only 7 eyes and 8 total hours that need to be fixed. So progress! I've also written 1,306 words so far today, which means that I feel comfortable for now Xing out of my Scrivener file. Even though I've said that I want to take weekends off because this past week I really just got back from travel and then I had to take my parents to the airport and get up at 3. Like my whole day week system's just kind of messed up. So I make excuses for myself on the weekends thing. Something to work on, I guess. This is what these vlogs are good for, documenting the process and also my repeated struggles. Great, okay. I forgot to document part of the process. So for the last, I'd say 45 minutes or so, I've been working on my 2 weeks in Toronto script of sorts. So basically, I have over 50 minutes of like footage, and this isn't even with like all of it in there, but that's with like no editing of the clips, just me kind of dragging and dropping which clips I think I'll use. But now I'm trying to add like a guided aspect to the video, so I need to script it out. So you can see I'm at the 31st minute mark and I have my semi-script. I know some people don't script their videos. I do script my videos, but I don't follow the script. Does that make sense? Maybe it's kind of similar to writing and zero drafting. When I have the idea, I just try to get it out and I just go down the list and write it all. It's like immediately from my thoughts to the page, just stream of conscience, and I go. And then I have like my talking points almost. So they're not bullet listed, they're just how I was thinking them when I was doing it. I then kind of go off of what I've written, but mostly sort of ad-lib the same sort of thing. So that's why I hope the like chatty videos come off like I'm chatting, because that is the goal, that's what I'm doing. But there is like some kind of guided nature to it. The vlogs, obviously, I don't do anything. It's also taking so long and I'm having to do it in chunks because I also don't have like a whole lot of storage left on my MacBook. So then I have to go back to my YouTube schedule and check that none of the things I'm planning on doing are small videos or will take up the time between now and when I'm posting it, because obviously I'm focusing on this. Anyways, the point is, it's a bit of a mess. I don't necessarily recommend the system. I'm actually looking at getting the Adobe Creative Cloud Suite, so I might be moving on from iMovie, but I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know. For now, I'm actually done with this. I'm too tired to think about scripting it anymore. So that is about 50 minutes of YouTube stuff here. Good morning, little pup. All right, I think I've now written in total for like a little over an hour, and that has given me about 1,000 words. Now, I'm actually about to film a video, a YouTube video, but what I wanted to show you was that, do you see how there's only 11 seconds left? I have this problem all the time. I have another micro SD that I'm going to put in there so that I can get more time to film with. Yeah. And now you can see I'm back up to about 30 minutes at least. It kind of maxes out here, but I know I have at least 30 minutes to film with. But while I'm getting everything set up for that video, I gotta figure out this thing. I figured I would go ahead and answer some more of those questions that y'all had sent in. So someone asked whatever happened to that I tried writing like authortubers video, which is a great question because it was supposed to come out in May. This is, I figure, probably as good a time as any to, to talk about that. So I still do plan on having it come up. Hopefully, actually, as I'm saying this, it'll be like another 2 weeks for you guys. The thing about filming is that when you're not feeling your best, there's actually really no hiding it on this kind of screen thing. And I was going through like a really weird, I was struggling a little bit. That'll be the way I'll phrase it. I was struggling a little bit. And so what happens is that as I was filming, what was supposed to only take like 6 or 7 days ended up taking me like 3.5 weeks because I couldn't really work myself up to vlog or film in that way or do things like that. Is this even the right positioning? All right, we're gonna switch you so we can tell. And then on top of that, when I was editing it back, I can see where I was struggling. I don't know that it comes across as much for like the viewer, and I'm hoping it doesn't really. I am going to mention it because it is like freaking 3 or 4 months late now. It's just, and the problem is I didn't realize at the time that that was where I was like, my mental headspace was going. So it's like, I just kind of plowed through and yeah. But the actual point of the video was just so that I feel like people can discover more really cool authortubers. And I think in that regard, the video still does it right. And I did learn some things from doing their routines that I've actually kept. So it's gonna be posted and I'll just have like a disclaimer, but that's what happened to it. And I feel like this works in some ways with this authortube question because for those of you who do wanna make videos or for those of you who are already making videos, it's kind of something that you're going to learn or you have learned about the filming process and the editing process. And again, I've said in other videos that I live with the video for much longer than anyone else does. So when I'm struggling with it, it just makes it that much harder. Okay, time to film this video. For the record, I was having to do all that gymnastics because the pup is just straight chilling. What? Okay. Oh no. All right, now we ended filming that. For the record, I now have 8 minutes and 52 seconds left of recording on this memory card, so I think I might actually have to go and buy another memory card. Come here, yeah! Okay, it is now 4:24. I've now successfully worked out, finished the last 2 episodes of the first season of The Boys. It was amazing. And Becca's husband works on it. And it was so cool getting to see his name at the end credits. I've also done a little bit of authortube stuff. I have not written anything since, and I've made food and all this other stuff. So today was a longer break than usual. But honestly, I feel like I'm still recovering from Toronto and from the 3 a.m. wake up. I'm gonna allow myself that and then I'll probably work the rest of tonight. Today's also the first time that I'm going to be using StreamYard to stream stuff by myself because I've done this with Jessica before, but I'm a little bit nervous, so I'm ready to log in early and just make sure I don't completely F it up. I actually find live streams, I feel like they're so rewarding because you can connect in an even different way, a live sort of way. But I find them just as exhausting to do as if I were having a 2-hour conversation with like a big group. I know that not everyone feels that way, even like my other introverted friends, but something about live streams, I still do feel that way. So just like a heads up, but I think they're awesome because you can write with other writers at the same time. And I think that's never going to stop being cool to me. And I do think participating in live streams is a great way to meet other writer friends. That's been a question that I've seen come up, and I would totally recommend just go into the live stream a little bit. We talk a lot about like movies and TV shows and books and all sorts of other stuff too, of course. Disney tends to come up a lot in mine. I wonder why. Okay, so far so good. And it's actually like, it's so cool because I can see the comments here. And then if I actually wanted to go to like YouTube, I can see them there too. Whoop, there we go. So this is gonna be fun. All right, my mic is muted. We are in the middle of the last sprint of the night, just over 1,500 words for the day, and it is going really well. We have a lot of people who are with us right now, 224 now. It's crazy. Let's see if anyone notices that I'm vlogging yet. I don't think so, because I'm real little. Right? See? Oh, first one to get it. Emily. Hi, Emily. Much like my videos, I don't really plan my live write-ins on any given, like it's not the second Tuesday of every month or anything. Becca and I just talk to each other and see when works best, as do Jess and I. And then during the NaNoWriMo, Camp NaNoWriMo months, my whole cabin and whatever, and my little group of some of my authortube buddies, we just see when works for people. And that's it. The common advice is to like have a schedule for your videos, post at a certain time each day and a certain day of the week, and probably the live streams would be the same thing so that people can count on you for this on this day. And I actually think that's really cool, and I like it when some of my favorite creators stick with that. Unfortunately, I'm just like, can't do it. As long as I'm participating in 1 or 2 live streams a month, I'm happy. I don't know what that was, I'm sorry. But I actually think live write-ins would be a great way to, like, if you were willing to co-host and would want to like ask other authortubers to join you, I think that's a great way to make friends and also feel more comfortable hosting, because it can be kind of awkward with the delay, especially when not too many people are showing up for the first couple of times. So I highly recommend that. And also I learned a hack, I think from Brooke, I learned it after the fact, but to get those watch hours, live write-ins are the way to frickin' go. Let's see if it works this time. Yay, change is saved. Did it actually save though? Okay, it looks like it's there for now. Hooray! So after yesterday's live write-in, I now only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenes that really still need to be worked out. The problem is that those scenes are like the hard ones that I'd skipped, and one of them I'd accidentally already written in the hour before. So I have some figuring out I need to do. Once I figure it out, I don't think it'll take me long to write, but I've just been sitting here like, I'm also currently at 13,206 words, so I do think I'm on track that once I figure out those 5 scenes, I should be at approximately 16,000 words. Maybe I'll get to the 17,000 word mark, and I will call that a solid 0 draft for this novella. But I guess that would answer, I think, almost the final question for this like authortube Q&A portion, which was asking, how do I stay so productive, with like a side question of, are the vlogs highlights of my day so that it looks more intense? Yeah, it is 8:49 now. I have been sitting here thinking about things since 8:15, and I recorded none of it. And again, arguably, like, how do I quantify the amount of time I've been sitting here trying to figure something out when I haven't had any epiphanies? The vlogs in a lot of ways are the highlights of my day. And once I finish kind of calculating how much time I spent on authortube in the last 3 days, I feel like that'll give you a good look into it as well. I'm still not figuring this out. Come on, story, work with me here. Okay, I have finished. I have finished filming and editing this particular video. So I'm gonna throw some stats at you guys. Over the course of the 3 days that I was working on this video, I worked on authortube for 6.35 hours, so about 2 hours a day, and I wrote 4,022 words. As you saw, I of course did some other stuff. I've been trying to work on a new website that should take over the old one, so like there's all sorts of stuff. But words and authortube hours, I guess 2 hours a day is what I spend on authortube-ish. That being said, at no point during these 3 days was I editing, so I decided to also track something else, which was, how long did this part take me? I often draw parallels between the writing process and the authortube process, and this is another one where the kind of same thing holds true for me, and that I edit in waves. Now, someone might be able to edit the whole way through on their videos and do it all in one pass, but I am not that that person. So the first edit is just pulling all of the clips in, going through them, and taking any that don't particularly stand out of the picture. So because this vlog had over 45 minutes of footage, I'm gonna say that it took me an hour for the first pass through. And then the second pass through took another hour. And what I'm doing in that second pass through is almost like what you would do for your plot of your book. So like the first pass through just acts as like if there's any glaring mistakes, I can make note of them. The second pass through is like cutting, you know, minutes at a time and being like, this is not interesting, you went off on a tangent, you said it better later, that kind of thing. The second pass through is also when I'm editing out the ums and the erms and the weird facial expressions, or zooming in on the weird facial expressions. And that also takes me another hour, or it did this time, again, probably because this vlog is so freaking long. Another reason to make shorter videos. And then the third and final pass through is just triple checking that I like the way it's working. I usually have long breaks during these pass throughs so that I can see it as a viewer would. Just like when I'm revising my novel, I wait 2 months so that I can then read the book as a reader rather than as the writer. So I watch the whole thing over again, and this is when I'm adding in like the comments and any extra text I need to if I didn't make my point clear enough after all, or me as a viewer was confused when me as a filmer and editor was like, this definitely makes sense. It didn't make sense. So this time that took another hour. So all in all, it will have taken me 3 hours to edit down to right now 28 minutes and 23 seconds. Of course, as I'm filming this vlog is actually going to be longer because I'm not quite done. The next thing I know is gonna take me maybe an hour to process, upload, add in tags, pick a title, do whatever else, make note of which comments I need to add. Like I'm gonna try and put timestamps in this video in the comments, so I gotta do that. That'll take another hour. So all in all, between the filming, the 3 rounds of editing, and then the producing of the video, it'll have taken me 5 hours to complete this one. Other videos, understandably, don't take as long. If you don't want to do all that much editing, or like a lot of the chatty videos that end up being under 8 minutes, don't take any time at all, and I do less pass-throughs on them because I'm not having to watch them over and over again, and there's only like 1 main clip. So that might be another thing to consider if you're thinking about starting your own authortube channel, is doing maybe more of the chatty videos or like very short vlogs. If you can figure out how to do that, please tell me. Just because everything after that makes the time less. So if you don't film as much, it obviously shouldn't take you as much time to edit. But all right, I hope that answered some of y'all's questions. If you do have any more authortube specific questions, I will happily try and answer as many as I can in the comments down below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you especially to some of my new patrons this month: Raquel Cachagia, Cynthia Carbonell, Alex Lefray, Michelle DeVries, Pericula Ludus, and Christina Romagnolo, and I hope to see y'all all very soon at the new video. Bye! Focus on my face, please. Oh, what happened? Trying to screw the camera into the thing. Doot 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 doot. Don't mind me.